Welcome back to Fox 11 News at 6 o'clock. I'm Alex Michaels.
And I'm Marla Tejas.
Rabbi Chaim Mentz of Chabad of Bel Air recently traveled to Israel with a group of SoCal rabbis. You brought supplies to help them. We're going to talk more about that in a moment. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Welcome back home. But let's first talk about what we're seeing at Cantor's and seeing in other places as well.
Yes.
This anti-Semitism, which now people feel empowered to show in a way they may not have felt empowered to show a couple months ago. People are not feeling safe. How do we make people feel safe? How do we deal with this moment?
Well, how we deal with the moment is hitting the anti-Semitism and the hate crime straight up. For example, they've seen how people have rioted through the streets a couple of years ago and never got arrested. They've seen that people who do get arrested many times get very light sentences. So they feel like, you know, easy pickings. Let's go after, and not only that, but the Jewish people usually are easy pickings. So right now, people can come right into your face and be able to go and say that we hate your guts and we want to kill you, and they can go and say this is free speech. And Jewish people are feeling it, not just on campus, but people are starting to feel like, when I go to work, who's sitting next to me? And who is going to go and slip my tires? How do I know that they don't hate my guts? But they know they can get away with it. And that's what has to be done. When there's a hate crime, you just suppose the police are trying to figure out if this is if? Are you kidding me? If?
Right.
Imagine if that was a gay bar and somebody went and wrote something about gay people. You think they'd be debating if?
Yeah.
No, it is.
This is such a nuanced conversation, though, because you've seen pro-Israel, pro-Palestine. It doesn't mean you hate the other side. That's the problem, right? How do we get past that moment?
Well,
and the divide?
100%. A lot of Jewish people are pro-two-state solutions. A lot of Jewish people are very, obviously very pro-Israel. The people who say they're for pro-Palestine, where were they for the last 10 years when Hamas was taking billions of dollars from the United Nations and keeping the people in Gaza poor? I don't understand. In 2005, Israel gave on a silver platter a piece of land that looked like Fort Lauderdale. And all of a sudden, it turned into a place to shoot rockets. How did the people around the world, how did everybody who's screaming Free Palestine, weren't screaming, where's the humanity of our people that they can't live peacefully?
And not every Jewish person 100% backs what Bibi Netanyahu is doing, certainly beforehand. That was part of the situation that led to all of this in the first place. Let's talk about what you saw on the ground. You traveled there with suitcases full of goods to help people on the ground.
And $500,000 of cash.
Yeah. What'd you...
There's that.
We came prepared.
What'd you see?
We saw a lot of devastation. We saw a lot of pain. But what we also saw was a way for us to have an opportunity to uplift people. We went to the army camps. We went and sang with them. We went to the hospitals. We gave them, besides blessings and praying with them, we uplifted them. We gave them what they need. There was a mother. She needed prosthetics. Her insurance couldn't cover it. So we looked at each other. What does it cost? So she said, 30 grand. You 2,000, you 1,000, you 5,000. We gave the lady the 30,000, but we went to the doctor's office. He called, ordered it, and that's when they got the cash. We did this all over Israel. No red tape, no nothing. Get the job done. The people of Israel, on the other hand, obviously they're very nervous, but they're very confident. This is the first time I ever saw liberals and conservatives in Israel, like you said before, Bibi's actions. Right now, there is no Bibi's actions. Everybody's united. They made a united government to go and say, there's no two voices here. We are one, and we'll get the job done.
You brought some images of those who were held hostage. And let me ask you, though, because the President of the United States has called for a pause in the fighting, a humanitarian pause. Do you agree with that?
100% not. 100% not. I'll tell you why. Every time we did a pause, these people just took time and refueled. But I don't know if you can get a close-up, but you see this 4-year-old baby? 4-year-old kid. He's an Argentinian. You see that? He's an Argentinian. This one, she's German. These are people that they took. Look at this guy from Tanzania. It's not just Jewish people.
Right.
Where's the world cry? Why isn't there protest? What Israel's scared about is they'll let the Tanzania out, they'll let the German out, and then it becomes again the Holocaust. Jews over here, the rest of the world over here. And this is reminiscent of Germany. By the way, I know we call them terrorists, we call them whatever you want. No, we got to call them Nazis. Because the Nazi is the word that they really are. They really were brutal people. We got to call them for what we are. And it's not anti-Semitism anymore or anti-Zionism. This is literally anti-Jew.
Yeah. And we feel there are innocent Palestinians that are stuck in Gaza, in part because of the actions of Hamas. That are keeping
what about
them there.
Egypt?
Yeah.
Why is the whole, where's the Arab world?
Yeah.
Bring them in. We'll take them home.
Yeah.
Egypt's not opening up. Why?
Yeah, I mean, we feel for those people too, because there's a lot
100%.
of stuff.
They don't have to be there.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see anybody dying, but this is a war that was brought on the world to go after the evil.
Some people in Hamas do want to see people dying, which is part of the problem.
And their own people.
And this whole thing.
And
All right.
the problem is that.
Thank you very much, Rabbi. Thank you for the good work you're doing.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.